6 years ago, I ended up in the hospital with food poisoning, and I needed to get fluids into an IV because I was vomiting as soon as I would drink anything, and I ended up getting some antibiotics through an IV as well. And what really upset me is that the food options that they had at the hospital, I ended up not eating for a day and a half until they could find the healthier foods that I needed because I was very ill. And so for many years after that, I kept a stash of healthy foods everywhere I went, almost like a nuclear football, just in case something were to happen where I got locked up. And right now, I'm also worried about that. Not only because I might be locked up in the hospital, but I might be prevented from leaving because obviously people would be worried that I would come into contact with a more vulnerable population, right? And so again, I've been carrying it everywhere I go in a backpack, just like that, just in case, on the way to the grocery store, or on the way to anywhere, if I get stopped and locked up in the hospital again. It was a very traumatic experience because if I didn't start sick, but I didn't get my healthy foods and I ended up getting sick, that would be my worst nightmare. But it's not all bad because 3 years ago I ended up in the hospital again, and it was actually in a foreign country, and they were very understanding. Even though I couldn't even speak the language, I had to type into Google Translate what was going on and how I have some sensitivities because I have high functioning autism and I really need to stay away from these chemicals. And I was surprised how far I got in a foreign country where I couldn't even speak the language. Uh, it just makes you wonder how many people don't start out sick, but because of the limited access to nutrition and healthy foods, when you end up in the hospital. I feel so sorry for anybody who's stuck in the hospital during this time, especially if they're starting to recover, but they're prevented from leaving because of the situation on hand. And thought I'd share my experience from 6 years ago. Thanks for watching.